talking of ITV, we had the first and second episodes of a 6-part series, Dark Heart. Something that had an interesting sort of journey to our screen. First broadcast on ITV Encore, remember that? It was a one-off 90-minute drama, starring the same cast, and I watched maybe half an hour of it. Bits of this first episode did ring a bell for me, because I remember the bit where he goes to the boarded up door of the guy who's killed first, and I remember the bit as well when he sees his sister's in the house and things like that. So I remember bits and bobs of it. This is sort of a cut down version, isn't it? The first two episodes.
My insider knowledge from Mr. Lang, it's a cut down version of what you've seen, and it's taken out a lot of the a lot of the violence is in there clearly, but a lot of it was too brutal for 9 o'clock for mainstream ITV audience. The next 4 episodes are brand new stories that Chris has written.
Are they like two-parters?
Well, it's adapted from a book, isn't it?
Yeah,
I believe.
Yeah, it is. So this is the book, and the rest are Chris's creation.
Right,
Chris Lang. I don't know if I mentioned that, did I, at the start?
No, you didn't.
So it's Tom Riley stars as, is it Will Wagstaff? Lovely name.
Great name.
The stereotypical troubled detective. He's haunted by the death of his parents, the murder of his parents, I should say, which he still seems to be investigating. He still lives in his family home. His sister seems to sort of lurch from one abusive relationship to another, and sort of appears at his house quite early on. Tom Riley plays Will Wagstaff, and oddly Charlotte Riley, no relation, plays his sister Juliet.
Where do I know her from?
Press.
You've just spent the last 6 weeks in a company.
I realised I knew her from somewhere. I just couldn't work it out. She's an actress. She looks different.
Not really. Oh,
it's your own time you're wasting.
It's very Luther light. I thought this first plot. It's basically someone is killing paedophiles or people who've known to be sort of.
No, well, was he never convicted or was he let off? I can't remember.
People who sort of got previous for sexual abuse and things like that, and there is a pattern there. And obviously, the thing is, I've got to do my job and investigate these murders, even though these men might have done horrible things in the past. And that's about it, really, for the first episode. I think that's your cliff notes. Gary has watched how much so far of the first episode?
Up to the second ad break, so sort of about half an hour of the 45 minutes. I think this is tricky because Chris Lang sort of has a certain shine to him, and a certain appeal. We're big fans of Unforgotten. And I think attaching his name to it sort of makes me want to watch it. I don't particularly like the main actor. As you say, he's playing the kind of archetypal troubled, you see these bits where he's wandering around the streets of London and, sort of like thinking, and he's looking into the new boyfriend that his sister's got, isn't he? He takes photos of pictures of him and his phone number, as if he's going to sort of,
He should just ring Ben Chaplin, shouldn't he? And say...
Yeah, just get some information. I kind of feel like I want to watch it, but I can't quite put my finger on why. The opinion is it's quite well made. I think it looks, the opening scene is very Seven-esque as well, isn't it? The torture scene. And the scene I didn't like was the bit where he was confronting the guy in the operations room going, well, if you can't do this, then get out. And that felt unrealistic. In my opinion, it didn't feel what you would have in a drama.
Yeah,
I think because it comes from the book is why it's been left in.
Yeah, I think ITV, you could argue that they're rushing this out before we all head to the jungle, but I think actually showing it in 2 parts over 2 nights, 3 weeks run isn't a bad idea for this. On one hand, it feels like something that I've liked before. Whitechapel, Luther, Trial and Retribution, all those sort of classic crime dramas with a bit more oomph to them. But I really, really struggle with Tom Riley and
Charlotte Riley.
Charlotte Riley as well.
The Rileys.
All the Rileys. Lisa Riley.
Mark Riley.
If Lisa had turned up, that would have been it for me. My issue is, similar to Gary, the crime side is somewhat interesting.
Yeah.
Although I feel like it's a plot I've seen before. But my main issue is that I don't buy, at least in this first episode, I don't buy Tom Riley as this character, and I don't know how much I care. And in this era where we've got these sort of bigger, more lavish looking dramas like The Little Drummer Girl, like The Cry, I didn't feel like this had any real depth to it based on this first episode, and I don't know how desperate I am to stick with it. It feels like something ITV have done time and time again. It doesn't feel like something new.
Well, they did it in 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see that, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm with you, really. I just found it hard. I mean, I think doing what I do now and the subject matter here, found it quite a hard watch, to be honest with you. The essence of like the interviews and things like that, and the past victims that they had to talk to, things like that. And I'm with you about Tom and Charlotte Riley. Very sort of switched off. I found it quite forgettable, if I'm honest. I think I watched it at the weekend, and just I'm struggling to remember much of it now. Really, I just think it is just another crime drama, and they're just sort of trying to sort of squeeze it in before I'm a Celeb starts.
It's from an era that we've sort of passed, I think. It's from like the early noughties where this sort of thing would have been on ITV and got big numbers. And also I don't think it'll come back, because I think, do people want to watch it over 2 nights? Is it a risk?
You're saying that, though. Let me just remind you, Bancroft is coming back.
Yeah. Dear
and we'll review it on the podcast now.
No, we will not.
Veto.
Veto.
Who's still got their veto card left from the beginning?
I'll leave early if we do.